Hi, this is Dustine from Two Lucky Cats. Today I'm going to show you another technique on decorating paper. It's a faux marble technique. And it's a technique that not only are you going to create some really pretty designs on your paper, but when you were a kid, if your mother said to you, don't make bubbles with your juice or your milk, you can get all that out of your system at the same time. I wanted to show you some of the results that I got. Now, I use watercolor paper because I want to use this paper with another technique that, or another project that I'll be demonstrating in another video. But you can use different types of paper. You can use paper that has a color or some pattern in the background just to experiment to see what you might come up with. Now, let me show you this paper. Some of the paper I just used the bubbling to create the pattern. On other paper, I took a watercolor and I just painted the background to create a wash. And then I bubbled on top with, in this case I used orange and red coloring to create this. Now, in this case, I didn't paint a wash in the background. I just created a lot of texture from orange and red bubbles. Here's another example of how I painted the background. And I used fewer bubbles so you could see more of the color wash coming through. And here's just some examples with different colors. Again, a color wash with blue and green bubbles. Here's another one where I only used green in the background, and then the bubbles were bigger and they were green. You could see the background, but it gives a different texture. And here's another example of only using the bubbles and creating a lot of texture in the background. So I hope this gives you some ideas on what you can create. I hope you come up with some of your own. Come back and I'll show you how to decorate the paper. Before we get started, let me just warn you to wear old clothes and to put a lot of newspaper down to protect your surface. Also, be careful you don't get food coloring on you like I did, or get it in your hair, which is a possibility, but it will wash off or wear off eventually. Alright, let me just tell you that it isn't very complicated, and you don't need that much liquid, but you do want to make sure that you use enough dishwashing detergent. You should put about 1 part dishwashing detergent to 3 part water in it, and then you put in enough food coloring so that the bubbles have a color to them. And what I would do is just mix it up and then blow some bubbles and see if you're getting enough color and texture on your paper when you do it. Now, I'm just going to use watercolor paper, but you can use any paper that you want. You can also use paper that already has a design or a color in the paper if you don't want to add color with your the watercolor set. So let's just try it and see what we come up with. Alright. Now the idea is to lay it down and then pick it up so you can get bubbles on the surface like this. And the bubbles are what's going to create the texture as they dissipate. So you can tell if you get enough bubbles. If you're just getting these teeny tiny little bubbles like this, and you probably need to put more dishwashing detergent in it. So let's try it again. Alright, now very slowly just put the paper down and then bring it up again. Oops. Let me do that again. There we go. See, the bubbles are, as the bubbles disappear, it's leaving a texture on your paper. So let's do some with green. See what we get. Just put it down and then bring it up. And see, we have quite a bit of green in here, so it's making a nice texture. Now I made green, I made blue, red, and then I mixed red and yellow, and I did come up with a nice orange that I was happy with, but I really wasn't that excited about the purple. I mixed red and blue to get the purple. So I'm going to show you. You can experiment with it more and add either more red or blue to see if you come up with a color that you like better. So I'm going to do it on this one. So as you can see here, this is what it looks like. So just try it, try different, experiment with it, see what you come up with. But I'm sure you're going to get some interesting designs and patterns. You can use the paper if you do scrapbooking, or if you want to do collage, or a variety of other paper projects that you can do. I hope you enjoyed this paper decorating technique, and I hope you'll come back and do the accordion book with us. Go to our website and see all the projects we have there to share with you. Until next time, Dustine from 2LuckyCats.com.